want Argentina to win.
So, I really don't want them to win either, and I don't overly want France to win either. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that before the depression hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
We are here to do our post-game reaction to the USMNT and them getting eliminated from the round of 16 to Belgium. I know that we were both pretty upset about the game. We are not going to go and do our normal recap type thing where we go a little bit more in depth about the minutes and what happened and yada yada yada. No. This is our raw reaction. We have not discussed it with one another besides
Not really.
what we've texted during the
Yeah.
game, and even then, that doesn't really touch on everything that I have, my thoughts that I would like to share with you all. So, here we are! So, before the game even started, when the lineups came out, I noticed we were in a different formation. We were in a 3-5-2.
I mean, I get trying something, but why try something when what we have has already been kind of working for us? Like I don't
I
get it.
was
And
saying,
especially
why are we changing our identity? We
yeah.
played this way against them in the friendly
Yeah.
earlier this year, and we lost 5-2. I'm not really seeing much of a difference here, besides we scored 2 goals last time. And to me, I kept saying, I was like, why did we go and change our identity from this? Why are we doing a more compact midfield? I get it's Belgium, I get they're dangerous. It's not their golden generation either. So
No.
I'm kind of like, why are we changing us to
Yeah.
match them and play to their strengths? Why
Yeah.
are we not playing to ours with the formation that we've been playing, specifically with the 3-back? You all know I have a problem with the 3-back, and this just
Mhm.
solidified it for me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. They when they had them in their setup, and I was just like, I don't know if this is the best way to go about this. One, because like again, we've been playing the way we've been playing. It's been doing us pretty good. We played with them like that before, so now you're just gonna up and change it. Like the team is already kind of at a moment where like they had the issue with the last game. Like they're working their confidence. Some things happened. Why change up more things when I don't know. I don't know. I thought it was a bad idea. Why change when we already have something that's good? And I'm not saying we don't always have to change. Like change is good, but not always. Not always.
yeah, I was shocked when I saw the formation. I thought we were gonna play a 4-2-3-1, like we've been playing with the double
Mhm.
pivot, and we didn't. Instead, we have 5 in the midfield. And I
Why?
get at times the shape looked the same, but they were not playing the same. Dest was coming back,
Yeah.
Jedi was coming back. It just
Mhm.
didn't work.
I think it was a good idea. No. No, I don't.
Hmm.
But anyways, I don't even know like what else. Like, where do you go from there? Like, this game was all over the place. Like, right off the bat, we were already saying, "What's happening here? What's going on? Why are we doing this? Why are these people playing when we should have these other people playing? And why is he still playing when we could have subbed him off and subbed him for someone else?"
Yeah, that's what I was also trying to figure out. I mean, to me, we didn't necessarily. There's so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, to me, it just moving away and to a 3-back, to the 5 in the mid, and the 2 up top. We saw we can't play with 2 up top. That's just it just doesn't work for us. And we struggled. We struggled so much the opening
Yeah.
like 25
Mhm.
minutes. We were on the back foot. We let Belgium score early off of a
Yeah.
defensive error, one of many, and the boys didn't seem like they wanted to close down the ball at all. That's what led to the first goal.
Mhm.
And it's like, to me, there's 3 of you around that one player, and that one player is scoring. That should not be happening. So we gotta get our act together and close down the ball. And it just didn't overly happen. But That being said, we went to a hydration break around the 25th minute. I don't know what tactics were changed, but to me, it felt like we went to the 4-2-3-1. We reverted back to that, and it looked like we were playing like that. And long and behold, what happens? We get a free kick on the edge of Belgium's box. And what happens? Malik Tillman scores another banger.
Yeah.
So obviously that formation works. Like, what are we doing here? And the goal was phenomenal. Like, Malik Tillman, in my opinion, he was easily the best player on the field. He played the best overall. So I can't say much more than that, other than I hope he moves to another big club.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, does Bayern need a center mid? I know who we could get.
Yeah, literally.
But that probably won't happen. I wish it would.
Yeah. I'm reading all my notes and I haven't hear them while I was going off. I'm like, I don't even know what I could talk about without
But
causing controversy.
but the thing is, literally seconds later, like we're not even 3 minutes later, and we give up a goal to Belgium. And now we're down on the back foot again.
Freeze had a hard time this game. And
No,
it
no,
wasn't
no,
him.
no, no, that's being generous. He had a monstrosity. It was bad. It was straight up bad. Like I genuinely, I think Matt Turner might have done better than him, but Matt Turner is crap. So
Yeah, I didn't want to be mean, but honestly, if you're going after it, I'm going after it too because I literally when he gave up that goal, he gave it up. Like how did you do that? Like how did you manage? And I was giving him benefit of the doubt, the last couple games. He's been doing pretty good. He's had his good moments. And then this game he just kind of it's like he lost it. Like he just was not in the game at all. Like you
But
could
this
tell he
is
was
why I
struggling.
said he should start against Turkey, because we knew Turkey had high quality shooters. So
Mhm.
why did he not play that game to stay in form? And not only that, but like the talent Turkey had way better than Bosnia. I think he only made
Yeah.
2 saves in the Bosnia game.
Yeah.
Like, it's Belgium. Obviously, we can't, they're not gonna, go around and scoring every opportunity, but that's kind of how it seemed because Freeze played like crap. I mean, the opening 2 minutes, I guess he made a couple good saves, but even then, we watched him fall apart.
Yeah. No, it was he really went down like hill after like basically the first half. Like I was hoping maybe he was just kind of losing confidence and he'd get it back up before the second half, but no, it was just he was not in the game. He wasn't. That was rough. Watching those goals go and you're just like, "Where were you? Why are you all the way over here? You could have been back over here defending the goal because it's clearly wide open. You have one of our players in your spot right now defending the goal when it's not even their, like, that's not their job. They're trying to do everything else too. So you're just gonna, I don't know.
Right, and you're talking about the third goal there. But the second
Mm-hmm.
goal was they got a cross in, and it was Tim Ream's fault,
Yeah.
pretty much, because
Yeah.
he didn't really go for the ball, and the guy just jumped over him and got the
Don't even get
header.
me started.
And it's just like, well, are we battling here or are we not? So, it
Tim Ream was also a whole issue this game too.
yeah, well,
Like a whole issue.
I've been one of his biggest haters. I'm like, how is he making the World Cup? And then Turkey made me change my mind because we saw how those guys played. And it's like the fact
Yeah.
that him has to be our starting center back is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And this is foreshadowing a little bit of what we're gonna end up talking about. But we need to find young talent to be able to come in and fill the
Yeah.
role next to Chris Richards.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that
Yeah.
Chris Richards had a great game either. He had an okay game, but for me, it really went downhill after he took that knock to the head. It reminded me of one of those NFL plays, when the player yeah.
Yeah.
So
That one was rough. That made me nervous for him.
yeah, I was really worried that he was gonna have to come off with the head injury, but thankfully that didn't happen. But I mean, he didn't have the worst of games. He didn't have the best of games. But for me, he stays with the team because he's
Mhm.
reliable, and he had a pretty great tournament leading up to the game.
I don't know, like this game made me so frustrated. The strategy was sloppy, the formation was sloppy. We had sloppy plays from Freeze. Again, Ream is his own story. Belgium had us, and then also like they kind of did it too because you could clearly tell the ref was kind of cherry picking,
Yeah.
which has happened a lot this season with a lot of teams. Again, it was kind of reminding me of like Messi and the refs in Argentina versus Cabo Verde. There was clearly some controversy there. Again, with our last game, anyways, with Bosnia, there's controversy there. And I just feel like there was a lot of controversy, anyways, this World Cup. But it's just like you could clearly tell he was cherry picking who's injured more, who do we care about more in this situation? Like Christian was down on the ground for like good couple minutes and he was just walking around him. He was like, "You're fine, walk it off." And you can literally see him go up to him and be like, "Get up." And
Yeah.
then the other guy who ran into his player on Belgium's team, they're like
Mhm.
making it a whole big deal. And he just
Early
kind of
on in the
bruised it.
game.
Yeah. And then that kind of happened some more too. You could like some of the Belgian players, which I think all injuries should be taken seriously. But then there are some where you're
Right.
like, walk it off. You're
Right.
fine.
It's
Get
not to
up.
discredit the injuries, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's like, why are we stopping for that? Why are
Yeah.
you playing on?
We're wasting
And
time.
the instance that you're talking about there, Belgium didn't even have possession, so it should have
No.
been free for us to play it.
Yeah,
So
there was a lot of incidents where I'm gonna choose Belgium's side over y'all. And now he did give us some moments where he helped us out, but also it was clear like it was one was bigger than the other. And you guys can comment. You think Belgium had all the rights? Go ahead. But from my view, I think it was clearly cherry picked. And I'm not saying this because I'm a USA fan. I'm saying this because I've watched all these games, and I mean that's a big issue everywhere. That's a big issue in football, American football. Like
right.
you have biased refs, but I don't know. It
And
just
that's what we saw this afternoon with Argentina and
I'm like,
Egypt. Look at
yes,
Egypt
yes.
disallowed goal and
It's still gonna be a big issue the next World Cup, but it was really irritating watching like our players clearly have issues on the field and you're telling them to get up and walk it off. Like, we're not stopping for you. We'll come get you in a second. Let's let them play. And then you would have Belgium kind of tap each other and go down, and then it's a big deal. Like Belgium was on the ground for a while and they were just
right.
going,
Well, when Chris Richards got hit in the head, he didn't call that right away. It's like that's a head
no,
injury. You're supposed to
yeah.
stop him.
Again, that irritated me because I was like, he clearly got hurt, and you're just gonna go keep playing. We'll get to you in a second. Like,
Right.
and even like the USMNT players were like, "Yo, look, this has happened. Are you gonna do anything about it?" And then like he's like finally like, "Yeah, okay, blow the whistle, fine." But he was clearly blowing the whistle more for Belgium than he was for us,
Right.
and
But
it's
go ahead.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's irritating, and I just like you can clearly tell our players are injured, and I do feel bad for that Belgian player who got injured, like the knee injury. I think
Right,
it was
yes.
knee.
Yes.
That looked bad. Like that one, I understand.
He tore his ACL actually. So,
Mm,
yeah.
poor
And like
baby.
that's not to discredit them or say, "Oh, they're not actually injured."
Yeah,
You can make a pretty good guess as to whether the player is injured or not
injured.
based
Yeah,
on their reaction. And sometimes you can see them looking up at the ref to see if the ref is going to call it or
yeah,
not.
yeah. And I get that. That's part of football. It happens, but also like the guy who injured his
Blatantly
sense
ignore
to
some
me.
of them.
Yes, like, that one made sense. I saw it happen, I was like, "Ooh, yeah, he's injured, guys." Yeah, and then but when the 2 Belgian players hit each other, I'm like, "Bruise rib, walk it off," you know? Like, that happens, but whatever. I could talk all day about that, but that's just, like, the nursing in me. I'm like, "He's faking, he's acting out. I know it hurts, a bruise, but he's clearly injured. What are we doing here? Why are we cherry picking situations just so people can play longer or we can make the time go by faster," you know? I don't know.
Wasting time.
Wasting time. Yeah.
Now I want to kind of talk a little bit more about some specific players and some decisions that were made during the game. So, starting off with us subbing off Tyler Adams, our defensive mid. and leaving Tim Ream on the field, but we're gonna sub off Tyler Adams for a striker. So why are we doing that? Like, now why are we playing with 2 strikers? We're gonna push Gio up. So now we're playing a front like 3. Again, we're changing the tactics. Like, this shouldn't be happening, essentially. But the fact that we didn't leave Tyler Adams on, we took him off, and we're leaving Tim Ream on the field, who's already not having a good day.
The strategy wasn't there. It was sloppy. Like, what are you thinking? Are you on something?
Make it make sense.
For you dared to try something because it didn't work. You failed.
My next question. Ballo had the opportunity to, well, it was a one-on-one. He took the defender out of the play, and he takes an extra touch, and then, no, he misses the extra touch. He doesn't take the extra touch. He sets himself up to shoot, but he shoots towards the goalie. So my question is, why did he not cut into the box to bring it onto his right foot and shoot it? Because that opens up his hips and it makes the goalie move. So you have a better angle there. So I'm just like, well, why are we doing that? Why did we not do that? Why are we just shooting to shoot? Like,
It's like a panic shot. Like, you're so desperate to do something and hope that it gets it right that we weren't thinking. Like, we weren't thinking things through because we were so desperate. Kind of goes to your next point. Like, it was like last resort kind of situation. Like, what do we have left in our little bag that we can use to maybe score another goal? Which isn't how you should really be thinking in a situation like this. What did we talk about over halftime? Like, what was going on? Like, what was the plans? Like, Belgium, they're a pretty good team. Like, you have to have some things prepared when you go ahead someone like that.
to your point about a last ditch subs, we then go on to throw on another striker. So keep in mind now we sub Bal off. So we still have 2
Yeah.
strikers on, but we don't have our best striker on the field. We're still down 2 goals. We still have like 4 minutes of added time, which, by the way, 4 minutes was such a low number. I don't know what they were
Yeah.
thinking there. I was hoping for at least 6, but
Right?
whatever. So they sub Haji on, and then they sub on a guy from MLS again. And it's like the guy that I really
Why?
hate. And I'm like, bro, why are we putting him on? He's not going to do jack squat. And that was his World Cup debut, mind you. So I was really ticked off with that, too. Because I was like, of course we're going to give this guy minutes in, like, one of the biggest
Yeah.
games ever.
Ever, yeah. Determining if we stay in the game or not. And you literally, again, last minute resort, like, what are we doing here? We had nothing. You guys, whatever, I don't know if you guys are playing tic tac toe over halftime or if you were FaceTiming your besties, what was going on. But clearly, there was no strategy at hand. And whatever strategy you guys had,
It failed.
it
Miserably.
failed. It was sloppy. I remember saying, "Oh, we're halftime. Maybe we can think of something. Maybe we have some plans at
Right,
play
because
that we can go from there." But no, I don't know what happened. You guys
well, there at
panicked.
halftime, you take the 2-1 score, like, no matter how much
Mhm.
it ticked me off, you take that because you're only
Yeah.
down 1, you're not down 2, and to give up that goal, really, I think it was a game changer to give up that goal, because had we
Mhm.
not, we probably would have gone into halftime 1-1.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was
So I have one more thing, and this might get too much of a hot take, but that's okay. That's what we're here for. So I think we do need to talk about Christian Pulisic and the way
Yeah.
that he played, because I've seen a lot online, and now I'm not disagreeing with this, and I'm not necessarily agreeing with it, saying that 1, he's a wimp, 2, he didn't fight enough, and he doesn't show up in big games, which pretty true for the most part, and that he was one of the worst players on the field, and that he doesn't deserve to have the nickname Captain America.
I can find truth in both and a couple of the things, but I don't think this was his game.
Mm-mm.
But also, again, the strategy, the setup, everything, it just wasn't in his hands anyways. So I just don't think this was going to be a good game for him either way. I won't say he's like the best player on our team, but he's one of the best players we have. This season, I didn't really see him have some good plays. I think he had some good and then he hadn't. I won't say he's the strongest player on our team. I still love him. He's a great player. I just felt like he maybe wasn't used to his full potential in the right way or given the chance to be used the right way. But I wouldn't go around saying he's one of the worst players and I wouldn't go around taking his Captain America away from him. But like that's my 2 cents on it.
I will somewhat piggyback off of that, and I will say I thought when he scored that goal in one of the friendlies that that was his turning point,
Hmm.
and we were gonna see an on fire Christian Pulisic throughout the tournament, and it was just gonna be, whoo, like
Yeah.
let's go. And I didn't really see any of that the entire time. Sure, I saw
No.
glimpses of it against Turkey
Hmm.
and Paraguay from the 45 minutes that he played. But and I don't want to call him made out of glass, but something's got to change because he
Yeah.
did miss last summer to rest in order to be healthy for the World Cup. And that didn't happen. He picked up that injury in the first 45 minutes against Paraguay, didn't play against Australia, and then only played like 30 minutes against Turkey, and
I.
he played the whole game against Bosnia, but to me, he didn't look great against Bosnia either. Like, sure, he got the one-on-one isolation for the
Hmm.
most part, but it's against a Bosnia defender.
Yeah. I I I feel like he was kinda done dirty this season or not used to his full potential. I feel like they were kinda sheltering him almost, kinda protecting him, and they don't have to do that. Like, you have Balogun playing. Weirdly enough, I could say even Berhalter was having better goals than Pulisic, which is weird to say, but yeah, he was having a better day than him. I just don't feel like they were using him to his full potential. But you can't say anything about this game because this game, the strategy, everything just was not set up for them well. I'm impressed Malik got that goal, but it just was not their game. So I wouldn't say anything against Pulisic this game. I feel like he could have been used better. I feel like he could have done better.
Well, I'm just gonna give a little pushback on that because Clint Dempsey broke his nose and he was gushing blood or something.
Hmm.
Something happened with his face, and he kept playing the game. He didn't care.
Yeah.
And he put his body on the line. And I would love to see that again. And that's kind
Hmm.
of the point that what I'm seeing on USMNT Twitter is that a lot of people are like, he's a wimp because he didn't continue, blah, 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 blah. Well, I just want to counter that specific point a little bit because Bayern's deal with Alphonso Davies, there's a Bayern doctor with the Canadian team making sure that everything is correct because of what
Hmm.
happened last summer when Alphonso Davies clearly wasn't ready to play. Canada played him
Mm-mm.
and he tore his ACL. Now, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that that would have happened to Christian, but
No,
I'm
it
saying
could have.
there's got to be. I think that there's something with AC Milan going on that they were like, if he's not good, he needs to not play.
Yeah. Which is fair. Like that's totally fair. Like
Right.
and again it does depend like if his no like I think there's a difference with like if you have an ankle leg injury, you probably don't want to make it worse because you got to use it to play. Nasal, walk it off. Like you can get through as long as you can see, you can breathe. I mean, personally I would still play, but if I had an ankle injury, a foot injury, like I don't think I would continue playing cuz I don't want
Right.
to make it worse. Either
Right.
either way, I feel like the game was just not gonna go in our favor by that point in the game. We were really pulling strings anyways. If we put him back out there, he probably would have done more damage than anything for us if he's already having issues. But
Yeah, and what's to
whatever.
say that the players aren't going to realize he's hurting and then start giving him heavier pressure on that.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So
I just
whatever.
wanted to give a little pushback on that. So now we're gonna look towards the future because, well, no, we're not because I still have one more point about the players to talk about here, and this goes for the Turkey game specifically. So the way that certain players played in that, like Tim Weah. Did that affect them not coming into this game and making a difference? Because we saw Gio Reyna come into this game at halftime, I believe, for Serginho Dest. Because apparently, I actually don't know what happened with Dest. He might have gotten
I
injured.
don't remember either. Yeah, you sent me what happened to Dust, and I'm like, I don't know. I
Right.
really don't know. Let us know in the comments if you know.
We saw Gio Reyna come in at halftime. That was our sub. Once he came on, I thought we looked better. I thought we looked more creative. We looked to play the balls over the top. Did we look to play into space necessarily? No. I would have loved to see that. The space was there. We weren't passing it into the space. Anyways, so a Tim Ream, a Mark McKenzie, who else?
I don't know. I lost count because we kept subbing at the end.
Like Austin Trusty, but he played very well, so I was surprised not to see him. Okay, so here, a Brendan Aronson, Tim Weah, Austin Trusty, Joe Scally. You know, why are we not seeing them at all? And Alex Zendejas, but he's actually kind of higher rating here. Like, why are we not seeing them play? Like, was their performance so bad against Turkey that they didn't deserve it, or like what? Because I thought we could have used one or two of them, surely.
Yeah.
To play like Austin Trusty, you can put him on the field, take Tim Ream off, move Chris Richards as your only center back, and then you have someone who can go up and down and support as well on the wing. But yeah, I just want to know the way that they played in Turkey, and like what you think. Did the way that they play in the Turkey game affect them coming into this game and not having an impact off the bench?
I don't even know at this point. I really don't. That's a really good question, but honestly, like, I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what you think of that. Did that have an effect? All right, now we're gonna look towards the future because we need to move on past the game and our reactions.
The frustration.
All right, looking forward. So, conceding goals. We knew coming into this that it was going to be a challenge and not conceding them. We knew we didn't have a top tier goalkeeper. My question to you, is conceding goals still going to be a problem in the future or not?
I hope not.
Well, you see Tim Howard. And it's like, what happened? We thought we were gonna get Tim Howard's heir with Zach Steffen, and then he went to Man City and he just flopped. Straight doo-doo. And now he plays for MLS again. So it's like, can we get a good talent, goalkeeping talent, to come in to the team and make a difference here? Because Diego Cohen, who played for Barcelona, he just went out on loan to somewhere else in Europe. I don't know if he's our answer or if someone else is. But
maybe someone will show up, or maybe Freeze will pull his act together.
No,
Probably
I think
not.
we gotta get rid of the MLS goalkeeper.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. And you know, the thing is, Matt Turner, I feel like he really messed up going to Arsenal and then playing under Arsenal. He should have stayed where he was beforehand. And that Arsenal move really just messed him up. And he really should have gone elsewhere. You should never, if you're an American, you should never start your professional career in the Premier League, because that's just, unless you're that good, but I would be hesitant on that. You definitely want someone to develop you and your skills. So, highest rated player from this tournament, or players.
Let me think.
Starting.
Balogun?
Okay, where are you placing him?
I'm gonna put Balogun at a 2.
Alright. I'm also gonna put Balogun in my top 5. And I think I'm gonna put him at 3. No, I'm gonna copy you and I'm gonna go 2 as well. I really only think that one player performs better than him. So.
With everyone that's played. Is it bad that I still think Berhalter was still one of some of the good gave us some of our good plays, but I don't want to put him in the top 5. Because he's not my favorite player. He's my honorable mention. 'Cause he gave us some good plays.
I will give him that.
Trying to think, who was it? See, it's just because 'cause I'm bad at names, I have to, like, look through them and figure out which one was which.
Gotta quick pull up the roster.
Uh-huh, yeah. Tillman was pretty good too.
Mhm.
Imma put him at a 4. Is that good? Is that bad?
That's good. It's
Okay.
just that I am putting him as my number 1.
When okay, because
I
that's what I
think
was saying.
Yeah, I think that he performed the best,
The best,
and
yeah.
he should definitely keep his spot for the next cycle, and I'm so glad that we got him to commit to us, because
Mhm.
if not, he would have been playing for Germany right now, and,
I know.
like, I think it's Nathaniel Brown who was the other dual national, in addition to Noah Kai Banks, so we'll get to that in a second.
Okay, I'm gonna fix Tillman. I was gonna put it I couldn't figure out if I wanted to put him in 3rd and 4th, so I'm gonna put him in 3rd.
Alright.
I'm not gonna do 1st because you're doing 1st, so it's okay.
You can do him in first, I don't care.
Is getting him mixed up between Freeman, but they're 2 different players, which is funny
Yeah.
to me, like,
Mhm. Mhm.
I'll put him in 1st, I'll put Balogun in 2nd, and Freeman was pretty good this season,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Imma
Mhm.
put him in or where am I at, 4th? Have I
You
done
have
4
3,
players
4,
or
and
3?
5.
6, 4, and 5. 3, I'm gonna put him in 3.
How did you know that's where I'm putting him?
Ooh,
I thoroughly enjoyed Alex playing, and his move to Villarreal this off season
yeah.
really, really saw him improved. I'm looking forward to see what he does this upcoming season. I believe Villarreal also qualified for European competition, so we'll have to keep up with that as well. But his goal in Seattle against Australia, outstanding. Like, I was not expecting that out of him, and he scored, and it was great. It was great. He really impressed me. And his potential is so high, so I'm so excited to watch him over the next 4 years.
I don't know if Des really had, like, a good season. I mean, he had a pretty okay season, but I don't think he was one of our top 5, but I could be wrong. Gio Reyna had a good season too.
Mm,
Oh, Weston McKennie.
mhm.
I just love Weston McKennie anyways.
Me
But,
too.
I'm gonna put Weston McKennie in 5th just 'cause. Why not?
How
He had
did
a
you
good
know
season.
that's where I'm putting Weston?
Oh my gosh. Okay, 4 for 4.
I don't know if you'll get my 4th place, though.
Hmm. Pepe. I'll put Pepe in 4th 'cause of your dad. Um, oh, Tyler Adams.
It's a good one.
Good one. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm gonna say Tyler Adams in 4th.
Alright. This is the only one that we differ on,
Okay.
and that's because I'm going
Joe
with
Scout.
Chris Richards here.
Right.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. That's a good one.
The levels between him and the other center backs, miles apart, and you can tell that he grew up and playing within, like, a club system.
Mhm.
His first well, I don't wanna say this, but one of his first professional clubs, Bayern Munich. So he developed from a young age, or young-ish, and he's the one who initiated him leaving. Bayern wanted to keep him, but he wanted the playing time. He was hungry for the playing time, so he went elsewhere. But he still developed under Bayern Munich. So we gotta get more of the guys developing at these European clubs to help us
Mhm.
advance. Which brings us to my next point. How does this loss compare to the 2022 World Cup loss against the Netherlands? And this question isn't necessarily directed to you because I know you weren't watching at that time. This is more towards me and my thoughts, but if you have anything you want to add, please feel free to do so. But to me, in a way, this loss is worse than that loss. We knew going into that loss, we had only scored once or twice. We
Yeah.
knew it was going to be an uphill battle going into that game against the Netherlands. And the Netherlands had a pretty good team at that time. But
Mhm.
we were still able to put the fight to them. And again, going to the point about conceding goals. Not great. And that's what led, like, those errors led to that goal being given up and to us losing. This loss in 2026 is worse because we had high expectations.
Yeah.
The media had high expectations. I wanted to be cautiously optimistic about this. But besides winning against Bosnia, our last win against European sides came in 2021.
Yeah.
Until we start beating the European teams, or heck, even the good South American teams, like we lost to Colombia 5-1.
Yeah.
Until we start beating some of these other teams, there's no hope. We're not going to advance.
No.
So comparing this to 2022, this is worse. We had the
This
high
one definitely works.
expectations. We had better players. Majority of these guys are playing in Europe. I think I can count on two hands, maybe even one hand, how many were playing in MLS. And the three of them were goalkeepers. So that tells you what the issue is already. And to look back, at least in 2022, with the tactics, they seemed semi-normal. We didn't go and make a huge change.
No.
This loss is worse because we had the high ceilings of the players and it seemed all good and we're doing great and this is fine. We're gonna bulldoze Belgium. Hold on. It's just, and honestly, if you had told me 4 years ago that this was how we were going to go out after the growth and interest in US soccer that we've seen the past couple of weeks, I would be so disappointed. Because this growth that we're having of interest in US soccer is crucial. And it leads to the next generation of soccer players as well. So it's like, who are we inspiring? Like, Tyler Adams said he grew up watching, I think it was David Beckham at 6 a.m. He would get up and watch him in the Premier League. So it's like, our guys have got to inspire the next generation. And we're kind of seeing this a little bit, but we need to keep growing the interest in US soccer. And by us getting eliminated, that fades the interest that we've grown over the past couple weeks.
I think it's insane how much this season, this World Cup has brought the US finally, like, together with soccer. Like, yeah, we're pretty enthusiastic for football, but, like, we are just as enthusiastic for soccer, and we've enjoyed all the teams coming and playing here. Like, it's fun, we've enjoyed it. And so I think it's been a big inspiration, especially for the kids now. Like, I have so many little kids that I've seen are so excited, talking about their favorite players, and I know I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun with everyone being here. And this is, like, my first World Cup that I've got to experience, thanks to M. I was not a soccer fan. I mean, I like soccer, I've seen bits here and there, but this has been, like, my first World Cup, and I've really enjoyed it. I've had a lot of fun. I think I'm more competitive with soccer than I am football. I think
I've
I
got you
care too.
hooked now.
I care so much about soccer now. I'm like, I feel like a football game would kind of get boring. So I've really enjoyed it. So I don't know. I definitely kind of agree with him because I do remember seeing a few bits and pieces from the World Cup and 2022 and how we were just kind of mid the whole time. So when they lost, it was like, well, we kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
It wasn't a shocker. This time we had such a build. We had a bunch of good games beforehand. And even with the red card, if Balogun wasn't able to play, I honestly felt like we kind of still had a good game ahead of us. Like, I didn't care if the red card got changed or not. I still thought we had a good chance, and I think they did too. So I do agree that this game was more of a letdown than the 2022 game, but that is what it is.
So how do we look forward to the 2030 World Cup cycle? How can we get the form from our players that are playing in Europe to translate over to the country side of things? Because to me, I expected way more out of Weston McKennie, hence him only being 5. I
Yeah,
thought he was gonna be running all over the field, controlling the midfield, great passes. I saw some of that, but I didn't see him playing at his club level.
I feel it kind of it's not as bad when it comes to Christian, but I feel like they both just were just kind of just playing, but that's it. Like there wasn't really anything to it. Weston definitely was more hands-on with it than Christian,
Mhm.
but I think of them together when I think about both and how they did this season, and then just like I definitely saw Weston playing more than Pulisic in a weird way, but I definitely think he could have done better.
Right, but even when they were sharing the field, it did feel like Weston was pretty active in
Yeah,
getting the ball where it needed to go. I didn't necessarily see that this past game against
yeah,
Belgium, but I would assume he's gonna keep playing out of his mind at the club level. I just wish that the form would translate over like Pepe's form for PSV. Like crazy, he scored
yeah,
in almost every game that he played in.
yeah.
Balogun, we don't even have to talk about, but his 2 goals against PSG in the Champions League, no less.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
must-win game there. Like, I don't know, I just wish more of that would come into light and happen. But then you have the guys like Gio, who's not getting a lot of playing time. But then when he's on for international duty, you see he's playing great.
great,
So,
yeah. I think that that's also like a big issue is you have some really great players, but with the USMNT, they're limited to how many games they're playing, and
mhm.
they're really just playing certain players. Like you can see there was a consistent roster of people playing every single game. So, like you're gonna play the players who bring a consistent flow, who bring, and so playing newer players is kind of like iffy and a risk. But I don't know. I feel like there are some we should play more than keeping them on the sidelines, but
I
and
agree.
definitely and definitely some we could have played instead of some this last game.
I agree. But you gave me the perfect segue into my next thing. So, leading up to the 2030 World Cup, we have the Gold Cup next summer in 2027. I'm pretty sure the US is hosting that again, so we can expect our CONCACAF rivals in there. And
Awesome.
then in 2028, we have the Olympics, which I believe for that we should prioritize bringing the younger generation that we think
Yeah.
is going to have an impact there. And I mean, U23s play, and you can have, there's an allotted amount of senior players that you can bring. But if it was me, I'm bringing the youngest possible people that I can bring
Mhm.
to that, get them ready for the
Mhm.
next couple summers. Because not even that, but also in 2028, the US is potentially hosting the Copa America, which
Mhm.
is CONMEBOL's tournament. And for those of you who don't know what CONMEBOL is the South American countries. So we could face some good competition there.
Mhm.
And that's what led to Poch getting hired was because of Tim Weah's red card in that game. So that's another good thing. And if we don't, we can call up our senior players, but we can also include a mix of youth in that. I would
Yeah,
hope.
they can get some practice. They can have some mentoring from the older ones, learn some new tricks, some old tricks.
Exactly.
I think that's a good idea. I think putting some younger players to get them ready for the next couple cups, get ready for the next World Cup. We'll see.
And then leading into 2029, we have the Nations League, which I swear if we lose that again, I'm gonna lose my mind. Again, that will probably be just our CONCACAF rivals, but if we can add some CONMEBOL ones, we should.
Yeah.
And then 2029 also has the Club World Cup. So we won't necessarily see international play, but we will see club level play again. Which I know we both enjoyed last time, so maybe we can go see Bayern again.
Yeah.
But here are some upcoming players that I would like to see involved within US soccer over the next couple of years. I have
Mhm.
Kevon Sullivan, Matthias Albert, Cole Campbell, Damian Downs, Julian Hall, Xavier Gazzo, and Diego Cohen. Now we know Diego was included on this roster, but he was a training goalie, so he never truly saw
Yeah.
much, and he was never going to see any playing time. But Sullivan signed his pro contract with Man City already, so he will be heading there once he turns 18. Albert, I believe, plays in the Bundesliga, but I'm not 100% sure. I know Cole Campbell is at Dortmund following Pulisic's footsteps. Damian Downs is also in the Bundesliga. I don't know what club he's at, but I'm pretty sure he's in the Bundesliga. But then Julian Hall plays in MLS right now, but he should be able to get a move to Europe because he's played pretty well. Xavier Gonzo is also in MLS, and Diego Cohen is playing in Europe somewhere. So just a couple of names I would like to see. I don't think necessarily everyone is gonna not be included on the next World Cup squad, but I feel like there will be a couple of names from this roster that we would expect to be on the next one to not be there come 2030.
Yeah.
So I'm worried one of them is, but that's okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
My last thing that I have here, while we're speaking of these new players and the upcoming generation, was this generation the best possible generation that we could have had for USMNT so far? Because these guys have been playing together for years now, at least 3 World Cup cycles, because we didn't qualify in 2018. 2022 we did, we got knocked out, and this year we got knocked out in the round of 16 as well. So to me, it doesn't seem like it is.
No, I think we could have had a better roster, and maybe there would have been a difference, but and we had some of a difference, but
Right.
I still think it could have been better.
Right. Well, and to that point, Christian Roldan didn't see any minutes. So why is he on the team? Like, why
Roster,
aren't we
yeah.
giving any of these younger players a chance to at least gel a little bit?
I don't know. And I was wondering that too throughout some of the games. I was like, why are we subbing in maybe one player? Just sub in a newer, let them have a chance to play. Maybe they can prove that they are a good player. Like maybe they can prove, hey, maybe we have a shot at this. And I didn't see a lot of that. I saw a lot of the same subs, but I didn't see a lot of, well, why do we have these people anyways? Let's be honest here. If we're not gonna like Belgium, we're subbing people like this, like you win, you win, you win. And then I've seen in other games where they're like subbing in, they're trying new things. And I don't support some of those teams, so I don't know what they're doing every single game. But from a lot of the games, I saw a lot of subs. So why weren't we trying that? Maybe just one sub a game where we had someone play that hasn't played yet. But then again, I'm not their head coach, so what do I know?
Right, but that goes to the depth of the players that we
Yeah.
have. Not everybody is playing in Europe still. So
Yeah.
including those MLS players, I think really hurt. But
Yeah. What a game. What a World Cup.
Jonathan Klinsmann and his broken neck. He was supposed to be really good.
Oh yeah, who knows? At this point, we don't know. But I guess that's our video. From what I can tell, an hour-long video. Good luck to whoever has to edit this. I'm gonna assume.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a long one, but we actually really enjoyed talking through it. If you don't want to miss any of our other videos, we have main episodes. If this is your first video, I'm Julie. This is We Talk a Lot. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see our other videos, go check out our other social media pages. We post about them, but also check out our whole YouTube page. We'll probably have a video suggested. I don't know which one it will be, but you'll see. And then don't forget to just like, subscribe, and turn on our post notifications so you don't miss any more.